Welcome back, guys, to the next video tutorial of Microsoft Excel series. In this video, we're going to learn about inserting some graphs. So, for example, we want to draw a graph between students and their obtained marks. We can do that easily. So we just select the students and their marks, and then we go to Insert. And here we have different options of charts. So this area represents the charts. There are some recommended charts and then different other kinds like column or bar chart. This is line or area chart, pie chart, and hierarchy chart. This is statistic chart, XY scatter, and different others. So if we want to draw an XY scatter, just click on this option, and if we just hover our mouse pointer on any one of these, we'll see how the graph is going to look like. So for example, we want to draw the scatter with straight lines and markers. We can draw it easily here. So that's a chart now. When the chart is appeared here, then you can also see different other styles of the chart on top here, like this one, that one, this one, and this one. So I'll select this one. After that, we can also do some other things, like there is no X or Y axis. I can do that by clicking this plus button, axis titles. So if you just want to show horizontal axis title, show this. If you also want primary vertical, you can unselect that and that will disappear. So what's on here? This is the student number. So students, and here I will say obtained marks, and then the title of the chart. So for the title, I can also select the font settings. We go to home, make it bold, italic, yeah. We can change the font. So that's a bit better. So if I click on the graph again, I see other options. You can also show data labels, like the labels on the data, but that doesn't look very good. And then error bars, grid lines, you want grid lines or not. So if we don't print grid lines, we print grid lines, look, it is showing that. So we can also print vertical grid lines. So if I uncheck that, it's just these ones, and if I also uncheck that one, I mean, there is no grid lines. Maybe it looks better like this. And then legend, like this is only just one data value, like obtained marks. You don't need legend. But if you're printing multiple things, you're plotting multiple things together, then you can show a legend. And then a trend line, the line is already there, so we don't need to draw a trend line. You can see different kinds of trend lines. You can draw them on here. Here is the style, and then the data and the values. So that's something we can edit with the graphs. If we want to select this axis labels, we can select them, and then we can increase or decrease their font size, make it bold. For example, this y-axis, we can increase the font size, make it bold. and the axis 11, bold. This y-axis 11 and bold. So that's a graph, and now we can also change the color. This one. So that's how we can draw a graph and then do different settings. So if we double click on the graph, we'll have this menu appearing here, format plot area. So here we have different options for filling, no fill, solid fill, like you can fill the background of a graph. You see, there are quite cool options for filling the background of the graph, but if you don't want it, no problem, up to you. And then borders, so there is, if we click here, there is no border around it. So if we click and draw a solid line around the borders, we see that there is a line appearing around it. And if we click on that, now you see after border, size, properties, and text. So these are the chart options, text options. We can also select the axes and plot area, that's the same. So if we click on this axis and then axis options, we can also select the minimum and maximum values. Like for example, we don't want to show from 0 to 160, we just want to show from 0 to 150. So we can just change this maximum value to 150, click and press enter, and then it will show it to 160. The students are 15, why show 16? So click on this, and minimum 0, maximum 15, we don't want 16. And then there are other options. What are the tick marks? No, not need for that. Labels, label position is next to axis, or you want high. Look, the x-axis label have gone above, and then below, none, nowhere, next to axis. So that's how you can format the plot area very easily and beautifully. So we'll keep it simple for that, and we'll try to move on, as we don't want to spend too much time on the graphs. So we'll go to another sheet. Here's another kind of data. It's a different data. Here we have a sample, and its inhibition values, and then their IC50 values. So we plot these two different parameters, these ones, against the sample code, and it will be a different graph. So we'll probably make it a bar graph. So if we select this data, go to insert, and you see this is a clustered column graph in which we can present this data, and then we can present in this form. That one, 3D columns, and a bar graph like this, vertical, 3D. So I like this one, probably this one the most, so we'll select this one at the moment, and then of course we can change it to different styles. Maybe this looks better or cool. Alright, I'll select that one. So now here you see that now we have the legend. So this is the legend. which shows that these blue bars represented percentage inhibition, while these orange bars represent IC50 values, and these are the names of the samples. So of course you can select them and change their font and everything. Like you can make them a bit bigger, bold. This axis, you can make it bold, or if you go to axis options, minimum is 0, maximum is 100. So the difference between them is 10. Like it looks quite congested, 0, 10, 20. We can just make it 20. Now you see that it is just showing 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. So if you just want a difference of 25, you can still do that. Now it will show 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. That looks pretty good now and far apart, so it's not much congested. Here as well, if you want the background vertical lines, this is the data. So no lines, automatic. It is just showing you the grid lines to understand, but I think no line is better. It looks quite cool. And then border, probably a border around it would be good. Solid line. Oh no, no line. Yeah, that's how it looks. It is looking better. So that's about the bar graphs and charts, and you have all the other options still there. You can change the colors and everything. And if we try something else like a pie chart, you'll look at the different options. You can draw multiple kinds of pie chart, like if I draw this one, and then there are other options. If you want the data labels, which one is better, which one is better? Maybe this one. Yeah, so now you see that every student is represented by a color, and that color is being shown here then. So we have to make it a bit bigger to show all the students. Now we can see all the students 1 to 15, and you can see their values. So if you just put your mouse pointer on a color, it will show you student 15, its value is 150, 13%. So that's how you draw a pie chart, and definitely you have other options which you can explore, because now you would be expert of making graphs. And you can play around with different kinds of graphs and see how they work, and then you can have a quick layout of different other things. You can change the chart type. You can always change it like this. So this feature of making graphs is quite cool in Microsoft Excel. I hope you enjoyed it, and you will practice to make it more beautiful. So just one more thing and quick thing here. If you want to insert a picture or shapes, it's just like Microsoft Word. You can simply insert any shape or any picture here in Microsoft Excel as well. So just we learned in the Microsoft Word tutorials, you can go back and see there, and you can insert pictures and equations and symbols just like that. So we don't need to waste time on that again. You can do that just like Microsoft Word, because this feature is very similar to that. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and you'll make very good graphs in Excel now. And maybe we'll have one more tutorial about Microsoft Excel in which we'll discuss some conditional formatting, etc. And that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.